Good evening, students. Today we will discuss decimals, division of decimal fractions. So in this division series, we will do one by one. First one is division of a decimal by a whole number. How we will solve this? Rule first says that divide the decimal as a division of numbers. Rule second says that when you reach at the 10th digit place, put a decimal point in the quotient. So let us take an example for that. Let's take a number. We have to divide a decimal by a whole number. So I'm taking a number 100 decimal 4 divide by 25. How we will solve this? To solve this, start doing division one by one. As you can watch, this is 25 and this is 100. So 25 fours are 100. Then you got 0 here. Then 4. You are taking 4 down. So before taking 4 down, there is decimal. So put the decimal here. Okay. Because we reach at the 10th position. So we are putting the decimal here. Then it is 4. So it is not dividing. Then what we can do? We can put a 0 here. And take a 0 down here. So now it becomes 40. And this is 25. So at 1 we can divide it. 25 1 25. That gives us 15. Okay. Now you can take another 0 down. It is 150. In the table of 25, 150 comes at the place of 6. 25 6 are 150. So I am writing here 150. 150 minus 150, 0. So we got this as final answer. Okay, got my point? Now I am taking another example. In this 1 decimal 2 divide by 25. Again this is a decimal number and we are dividing decimal by a whole number. So how we can find out? We just write 1.2 here. Okay. At the first point we are not able to divide, so we reach at the 10th place. So when we reach at the 10th place, not able to divide, then take the 2 down, putting here 0, and after reaching this 10th place, so we are putting a decimal here. Again this is complete is 12 and this is 25, so we are not able to divide it here again. So what we can do, we put again a 0 and taking 1 2 and a 0, extra 0 here. Then now 25 4s are 100. Okay, now what you got? We got 20 here. Again we are taking a 0 down. Now it is 200. So 25 8s are 200. What is the answer? We got this answer. To solve this type of question, another method is also there. Let me explain that also. First we can remove the decimal. Like we can write 12, then 10, then divide by 25. Okay, then another way we can write 12 upon 10 and divide by 25 means multiply by 1 upon 25, because we are doing the reciprocal of this 25, that become 1 upon 25. After that you can simply multiply the numerator with numerator and denominator with denominator. That become 12 divided by 250. Here you can furthermore solve using the division method. So what you got as the answer? The same 0.048. Okay. So both methods are there. As you wish, you can apply anyone. Now, so next is division of a decimal fraction by 10, 100 and 1000. In this case, what we can do? Rule first says that in this type of division, decimal shift to the left side by as many as places there are zeros in the divisor. To explain this line, let me take an example. First I am taking 71 decimal 6 divided by 10 and the same number with 100 also. I want to show you the changes, okay? So 71.6 divided by 100. In this case, what we can do? We simply write the number by removing the decimal. So here after the decimal 1 digit, so I will write 10 and divide by 10 as it is. Okay. Now according to the fraction chapter, how we can solve this type of question? To solve this type of question, 716 upon 10. We change division with multiplication and we do the reciprocal of this. 10 become 1 upon 10. Now you can watch, this becomes 716 upon 100. Now to remove this 100, you are going to apply the decimal by counting the digits from right hand side first and second, and you will put the decimal after the 7. So that becomes 7 decimal 16. Okay, that becomes 7 decimal 16. So directly we can say that when we are dividing by any number like 10, 100 or 1000, which number has zeros in the last, then what we can say that we just simply shift the decimal point to the left side. How many places? The many places with number of zeros are there. There are number of zero, only one zero. So I am shifting in the answer. You can watch, the answer is 71 decimal. Sorry, just wait. Answer will be 7 decimal 16. So we shift only one digit because as initial the number was 71 decimal 6. Okay, so we shift how many places? Only one digit. That's why it becomes 7 decimal 16 because there is only one zero. But if I am dividing the same number by 100, then I shift the two digits. In that case, it become, in this case, it become 0.716. Okay, we got this as answer because we shift, there are two zero, then we shifted two digits that are 7 and 1. 6 is already after the decimal. So we included two digits. Okay, you can directly write the answer and you can solve step by step, that I already told you in this case. Okay, now second rule says that if the number of places in the integral part is less, then put the required number of zeros to the left of the integral part, then shift the decimal point. That means if you are dividing the same number by 1000, I am writing here again on this same page, just wait. So here we are dividing the same number by 1000. In that case, what we will do, there are only two digits but we need three digits because there are three number of zeros. So for that we have to put the extra number of zeros to the left of the integral part. This is our integral part and this is our decimal part. So in the integral part we are putting some extra zero in front of this 71. So the answer become 0. Then we have to shift three digits, so we are putting a extra zero here, 7, 1 and 6. That is our final answer because we are taking three digits as there are three number of zeros. Okay, understand? Now move to the next topic, that is about a division of a decimal fraction by multiple of a 10, 100 and 1000. In this case the number will be multiple, like a multiple of 10 will be like you are dividing by 30, 20, 50, 60. All these are the multiple of 10. Okay, so in that case what we will do, and if these are the multiple of 100 like 200, 300, 400 and multiple of 1000 like 2000. Okay, for that I am taking an example. So I have taken an example 245 decimal 1 divided by 30. I have taken this example. In this example 241 decimal 1, sorry 245 decimal 1 divided by 30. So this 30 is the multiple of 10. Now how we can solve that? Just write it as and divide by 30. Now you can write 30 as 2405 decimal 1 and 30 as 3 multiplied by 10 you can write. Then what will you do? 245 decimal 1, okay, divide by 3 and multiply by 1 upon 10. This is another term. Okay, now you can divide this number by 3, okay, and remove the decimal by this 10. So what you can write? You can write 2451 divided by 3. Now simply you can solve that. Simply by 3 you can divide easily. Okay, now move to the next topic. Next topic says that how you can find out the division of a decimal by a decimal number. So I'm taking directly an example like 14 decimal 7. We are dividing by 2 decimal 1. Then how you can solve that? For that first you have to remove the decimal. To remove the decimal, simply you can write 14 become 147 divided by 10 and division as it is, and this become 21 divided by 10. Now you can apply the simple rule as you have done in the fraction number. What is the rule? Rule says that 147 divided by 10 and this division become multiplication and do the reciprocal of this one. That become 10 upon 21. Now you can cut the values. 10 by 10 and by 7 you can directly cut. 21 ones are 21 and 21 sevens are 147. So that give you the 7 answer. You have directly solved the question. Hope you understand. Now come to the next topic, that is division of a whole number by a decimal. So in division of a whole number by decimal, there are some rules. First, we have to count the number of decimal digits in the division. How many digits are there? We have to count them. After that, add as many as zeros to the dividend. We have to add number of zeros to the dividend. Then remove the decimal in the division. And then we have to remove the decimal, and after that divide as usual. So we are taking an example to understand all these rules. First, I'm taking a whole number, that is 42, and 42 we have to divide by a decimal number, that is 0.7. So how you can divide? To divide this, first we have to count the number of decimal digits. So there is only one decimal digit. After the decimal there is only one digit. So we have to add the number of zeros in the dividend as many as the number of decimal digits. So there is only one decimal digit. I will add only one zero. So what it become? It become 400. It become 42. Then decimal 0. Okay. Oh, sorry, not decimal, 420. And then remove the decimal. We are removing this decimal. Then becomes 7. Now you can directly solve. What we got? We got 60 as the answer. So what we have done in this example, first we have counted the number of zeros, that number of digits, that is only one digit after the decimal number. Then apply the number of zeros as the digits are there. So there is only one digit, so I add 1 0 in the whole number and directly remove the decimal part and divide as usual. That you got the answer. I am taking another example to explain you. Example of whole number is 441 is the whole number, and I am dividing this 441 with the 0.21. Then how can I solve? For that we have to first count the number of digits after the decimal. Those are only two digits, 2 and 1. So we add two zeros after this number. What it become? It become 441, then 2 0. Now what it become? It become 44,100, and now we are removing the decimal of this 21. So this become 21, and directly now you can divide. So what you got as the answer? You simply, if you are dividing like this, then you got 2100 as the answer. You can cross check. Okay. Now move to the next topic, that is about conversion of fraction to decimal fraction. How you are doing the conversion of a fraction to the decimal fraction. For that we have to keep in mind some rules. First rule, if it is proper fraction, like I am taking example, this is proper fraction. Okay. Then in that case, just write the numerator as decimal. The numerator you are writing as decimal, like 7, then decimal, then 0 0 0, as many 0 as you required, and then divide as usual. So I am dividing here. At the first time it is not dividing, then I am putting a 0, and when I reach to the decimal, then I am putting the decimal here. Now it becomes 70. So when I divide by 8, 8 8 are 64. When I am doing the minus from 70, 64, it gives me 6. I am taking 0 down, it is 60. Now at 8 are 64, so not going at 8 are, it goes divide on 7 are. Okay, so that gives me 56. Minus 56 I got 4. Now I am taking another 0 down, it become 40. So 8 5s are 40. That completely divide on this. Okay. Now you got 0.875. That is the rule to convert this fractional number into decimal number by using the division. Hope you understand. I am taking another example of a mixed fraction. In mixed fraction, how will you do? If I am taking a number of mixed fraction 7 of 5 upon 8. So first we have to solve this mixed fraction. What it becomes? 7 8s are 56, and plus 5, that becomes 61 upon 8. After solving, you can apply as in the previous question we have solved. So we are putting the numerator here, and apply the decimal and putting the zeros here. Now we are dividing by 8. That gives us 8 sevens are 56. So this gives us 5. We are taking 0 down, but you can watch there is decimal. So we are going to apply decimal here. Then 8 6 are 48. Then we go 2 here. I am writing this 2 here. We are taking 0 down. It becomes 20. Then 8 2s are 16. That gives us again 4. Here after getting 4 I am taking another 0 down. That gives us 40. So you know 8 5s are 40. That gives you complete answer 7 decimal 625. Hope you understand better the conversion of fraction to a decimal fraction by using the division. Now I am providing you some exercise questions so that you can practice your questions. Like in the first, you have to simply find the quotient in which a decimal number is divided by a whole number. In the next question, a decimal number is divided by whole number again, but there are some number in which they have given the multiple of 100 and 1000 there also. So you can solve according to the rule, and here you have to divide by 10, 100, 1000, 10,000. Okay, that I already explained you in the example, so try yourself. These are the questions in which you have to write the answers and fill in the blanks. So simply this question is fractional related that recently we have done, and in this the division of a decimal with a decimal. Okay, and in this the division of a whole number by a decimal number. So all are same as we discussed in the example. So try yourself. If not able to find any question, then send me in the comment box. Definitely I will help you. That's all for today. Hope you understand. Enjoy your day. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Take care.